Watch this. What is going on? The front of the car literally splits open to reveal its V8 package. We are in Munich, Germany today, the land of pretzels, to show you guys a car that most of you didn't even know existed. It's been hiding away in this warehouse for years. This is the BMW Gina. Look, you can even see the rib cage. Isn't that crazy? All right, stand back. You ready for this? Watch this. Secret headlights. That is awesome. What's also cool about the front is that you can literally change the entire character of it. Ready? Want to change the body shape? Look at that. That is crazy. So basically what's going on, because a normal car doesn't do that, basically what's happening is that this car is wrapped in a kind of elastic fabric. You see that? I can literally poke it, bounces back, and the inside has these splines. You see that? These lines, and these are movable. I'm going to show you more moving bits in just a second, but this was basically a research project by BMW back in the day to kind of experiment with new design ideas, new design emotions, potentially making pieces more cost efficient and removing shut lines, because with any car, you'll see clearly where the door opens and closes. The shut lines are very visible, but BMW was thinking, you know, how can we eliminate those? Well, let's try to wrap an entire car in fabric and see what happens. So now, when you open the door, you don't get a shut line. Instead, what you get is kind of a wrinkle. What? But look at how crazy this looks. You can see the splines right there. And here you can really appreciate the fabric. This is called polyurethane. Never used that word before, ever. But it's polyurethane. If you want to see what's going on behind the scenes, I'll show you. We'll close this door back up. And there's a hidden button somewhere around here. Gotta find it. There it is. Ready for this? A sneak peek at the skeleton. This is both awesome and kind of creepy. It's like peeling back your skin if you're like a robot or something. This looks like an exoskeleton, right? You can see all the little mechanics going on the inside. This is the, yeah, kind of like the bones of the body. You see that? And this is the fabric. So we can actually close this back up. So we were talking about kind of the shape of the car, right? The expression, the emotion. Watch this. You want some side skirts? Come here. You get this from the front. You'll appreciate it more. You ready? So take a look at this part. Ready? Want some side skirts? Voila. Coming out of apparently nowhere. So now what you have, yeah, is a more sporty look. I mean, I think that this kind of technology is amazing. Can you imagine if you had a car that you could just kind of change around whenever you wanted to? It's like, oh, today I'm in a sporty mood. Instead of just activating sports mode, you literally change the entire shape of the car. All right, let's go to the back. What you'll see is you have a spoiler. You want a bigger spoiler? No problem. What you can do, press a button, you get a bigger one. Now, what makes this car incredibly unique, apart from the obvious, is that for the first time ever, you have a wobbling logo. It's so funny to have a BMW logo that wobbles. It's like, I don't know, it almost feels like kind of unreal. On the lower end, you have an actual carbon fiber piece. This is real, this is not a fabric. And you do have the actual exhaust pipes going on. Imagine if that was made out of fabric. Actually, one of the first questions that I asked is, how do you prevent this from melting? Well, they found a material that can handle the heat unless you kind of overdo it completely. I want to show you guys something that's also interesting. You have a seamless transition from the exterior going down to the interior. You see that? This is still the same panel going from the back all the way to the front. And this leads up all the way to the gear selector. This is actually a stick shift that is fully functional. So you have it like also wrapped in this kind of fabric. But yeah, the car is stick shift, and that is how you change the gears. The seats are also fabric. The entire car is fabric. I was literally looking for pieces. This looks like it's solid to me. This looks like it's aluminum. No, it's not. It's fabric. This fabric, that fabric, That's fabric. Everything is fabric. So also, speaking of the interior, you have some interesting touches apart from the fabric. First of all, you have the rear view mirror, which is like the thinnest rear view mirror I've ever seen in my life. And so are the side view mirrors. Now, I asked if we could drive this car, and they told me, no, you can't. You know why? Because this car was released 15 years ago. So they've been taking very, very good care of it. And they're trying to, it's been protected. We had to literally come out to Germany. It's been held in this kind of space for a long time. This car was released in 2008, but they started working on it on 2002. And this car is based off of the Z8, but it does have some features of the Z4 when it first came out, such as the grille. Even though the body was based on the Z8, this grille is the same grille that was used on the first generation Z4.
So what are we actually looking at? The car is called the BMW Gina, which stands for Geometry and Functions in N Adaptions, which is basically just a fancy way of saying that this car can shapeshift. BMW focuses more on exterior skin innovation than any other car brand. And since the Gina, they've only been getting better and better. The BMW Vision Next 100 we filmed a few years ago had expanding tiles that stretched outwards when the tires moved.
Look at it opening up there.
We then filmed the BMW iX Flow, which could change its color from black to white.
Oh, that's cool.
Rims are spinning. They're
Oh
spinning.
my god, this is the future right
I know,
here.
right?
I
So
love
cool.
it. Is it only BMW have these?
Yeah.
This kind of technology?
First ever.
Then, BMW really stepped it up and revealed the Vision Dee, which was the world's first fully color-changing car.
It's currently white, as you can see. What I'm going to do is go into here and look. You can select all of these colors. I'm going to go for yellow. Let's do yellow. Something bright. Watch. Watch how it changes. Still going, still going. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that absolutely insane?
BMW loves making cars that look alive. In fact, BMW even made a shape-shifting motorcycle called the BMW Motorrad Vision Next 100, which moves around and expands when you get in. In the case of the Gina, a few things that we couldn't actually get on video are that the headrest can also pop in and out of the body, and despite the back looking blank, there are actually taillights underneath the skin which become visible when turned on because the fabric is translucent. It's all simplified to reduce components. Traditional cars have front aprons, bonnets, side panels, wheel arches, doors, roofs, trunk lids, etc., etc. The Gina only has 4 main exterior components. The car began construction in 2001 and was revealed to the public in 2008. The car does drive, but is under extreme protection for obvious reasons. So the best shot we could get of it driving was this wonderful shot of the car getting trolleyed along.